morning, Fumi Nation. We are back. We are back, my darlings. Aretha, my baby, take it away.
Yes. You know, on that last episode, you said something that really got me thinking. There are two things. The first thing I want to touch on is that, you know, there's a saying, the road to hell is paved with good intention. And what I got from Diddy is that he genuinely, I don't think Diddy believes that he is a devil, because a bit like Trump, I feel like he surrounds himself around enough yes people that say, oh no, you're good, you're a lovely guy, you know, look, you even helped this person out, you helped it. So Diddy somehow in it believes I'm a good person. Why are all these people gunning for me? And we saw snippets of that in the documentary, like in those final days before he went to prison. I feel like he showed us those aspects of his personality. Something else that I wanted to touch on that you rightly said, and this is why I say I think, you know, sometimes and I understand now about, you know, why the Fumi Nation love you so much, because you touched on a gem that's so important, and I really don't want that to be missed in all the different things we said here. You touched on the fact that whilst you guys were on a strike, whilst there was an acting strike, that's where Ula proposed to you. What I got from that is, like we said, society will always tell you that, oh, you know, you're going to be too old, you're going to be too fat, you're going to be too done, you're going to be too finished.
Yes.
But something has to sit in you to say, this is my moment. I have to run with it, or else everything that the society, that the industry told you, they will do it to you, chew you up, spit you out, and you'll be left with nothing. Like you rightly said, with all due respect, I don't know. I'm sure Vivica Fox lives a nice, lovely life. I don't know what her net worth is, but I'm sure she's happy. But as we know, there's nothing more fulfilling than the love that comes from your family, from your husband, from your child, from your, you know, your people around you. That's the true love. Everything else is superficial. So even women, and I know it's tough when it's like, oh, hurry up and do this, you know, keep running for your career, because if you don't do that, ladies, if you take 9 months out to have a baby, you'll come back and you'll meet all those people in the same place. So don't ever think that, oh, I'm gonna miss my moment, I'm not gonna do this, I've got to run and run and run for the career. And I get that it's a fine line, because at the same time, I'll say to a girl, do not rush at 18 or 16 to go out there and have a baby. That same baby, you will be a lot better if you have that baby, I don't know, maybe in your late 20s, in your 30s even, when you're more grounded, you're more sure of who you are. So don't think you're going to miss your moment, because Melissa Ford, I remember, I don't know if you remember Melissa Ford. She was a video girl that was, she was the it video girl in my day. You know, Usher, she was in Usher's videos. She was in everybody's music videos. I've got to send you a picture. Melissa Ford was the it girl that, in my opinion, I'm a little bit shocked about where she's ended up. Okay.
What happened to her?
I won't say that she's now doing, listen, it's nothing bad, but the trajectory of where I expected her to be, I would have expected her to at least be some baller's wife. And it felt like she was always chasing. I think she's done a few podcasts here and there. You know, she's been on she was on the Joe Budden podcast for a little bit, and then I think she's left that. She fell out with Joe Budden. She used to do a bit of Jason Lee, so she used to work with Jason Lee. And then I think she had a car crash, but she never married. Never had any. Listen, I'm not saying that's the be all and end all, but I get the feeling from when I heard her that that's what she wanted. I feel like she was chasing a baller, a rich person, or maybe somebody in the industry that would help elevate her, and it never happened for her. And I think maybe that could have come from, and this is just me speculating. It's not what she said. When you're told that, oh, this is what you deserve, you should be a movie star, so don't settle. She may have met, I would believe, Melissa Ford was a baddie.
That is what put the shackles on her waist, and she got nothing.
Exactly. Thank you. I'm glad you brought my point home, because that's literally it, what I'm saying.
She lost everything in the process of the gilded promise.
Exactly. Waiting for this, you know, this iron or this glass utopian end.
I understand.
Never came.
Yes. You know, I've told Fumi Nation, and that is with this baller Diddy. These ballers also know you would not be after me. Cassie would not be after me if I didn't have the money.
Preach.
I will use you as you're using me. May the best person win.
Yes, exactly.
That's how it goes down. And so with that, you have to come back with your own coin, because people like Diddy will use your youth. You use your, that's why Dilo jumped out. I can only use her as an excuse because she's a beautiful woman. She was around him. She was his girlfriend. And she said, if I stay here, I will be a Cassie. If I stay here, I will end up being a Kim Porter, having your children and not having, because I will remember there was one docu-series that she did where she was waiting for Diddy in her hotel room. They had a big event or whatever. And he sent some kind of this thing with her necklace and saying, I can't make it. And because I almost feel as if this song that she sang talking about
my love don't cost a thing. Love don't cost a thing.
I think it was in reference to Diddy.
Oh, okay.
I think she was like, you know what? I'm tired of waiting this. I'm tired of waiting for you, because I think J-Lo has her own issues with the marriage, divorce, or whatever. She's like, you're not going to get me here.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? It's a springboard. It's a jumping springboard for women. Why? Because on top of everything that is going on, you have your biological clock.
Exactly.
And so you have just that amount of time, and that's it. Diddy, as far as I'm concerned, did not love any of the women. That's why he never married.
No, exactly.
He never married any of them. The children were his disciples to do what he wanted, his bidding.
Exactly.
He was a liar and he was a cheat, which comes along with the psychopathy that he was. And that's why it was easy for him to destroy everybody. He was in this case for the fight of his life.
Yeah.
And as you can see, he has never confronted 50 Cent, because 50 Cent knows him naked. And when I say naked, the veil, the mask off, I know you, brah.
Exactly. He knows who he is in his soul. You're right. And that is the mark, you said it beautifully in the beginning, of a true coward. He will never want to stand off with someone who really sees him.
That's it. Who sees him, all his freckles on his face. 50 Cent does. That's why Mace left. That's why Mace said, what you talking about? Everybody that you're talking about is dead. The money is in your mama's name.
Yo, how dare this nigga talking about he want receipts? Let's start with your mother, nigga. Your mother got the receipts, nigga. Everything is in your mother's name. That's the one who got the receipts, nigga. You need more proof, nigga? Biggie ain't here, so Big can't give you no receipts. He dead. Craig Mack can't give you receipts. He dead. What are you talking about? Who else? Black Rob can't give you receipts. He dead. And everybody else you made sign paperwork so they can't talk about what I'm talking about. I'm the only one with the guts. You're not signing it, nigga. Because I ain't need the money. All money ain't good money. Remember that. Remember that. Remember that, nigga. You know who to play with, nigga.
The thing was that I think with Diddy, with this documentary, everything that, because remember, Cassie set it off. Cassie set this thing off. They documented 30 years of Diddy's life. 30 years to give you an understanding. That was what Kirk Burgos wanted you to understand. Or understanding that this was not a today matter. That this was, yes, he had done this. He had this school, event where all of these kids walked in and people died, and this, that, and the third. Then you had the shooting. Then you had this other incident with this other producer. This Diddy has consistently done this, gotten away with it. Other people have taken the fall for 30 years. If you look in those 30 years, he also removed any competition. Pharrell, Andre was the one and only. That was his mentor. It would never happen again. You will never be too big to be bigger than me.
Yes. Look at the Biggie cover. What magazine was it?
Rolling Stone. I think it was Rolling. He said, no, I need it. And the thing was that Biggie, talent. Tupac, talented. He got rid of them.
Yeah.
And this East Coast, West Coast nonsense, it garnished reputation, which to me is miraculous, without even social media.
Yes, because we all knew about it.
Yeah,
I remember it was, because then it was magazines, and I remember we used to go to the shop and we'd buy the magazines, and you'd be reading and say, oh God, Tupac and West Coast, East Coast, West Coast. It's true. How did we even know about this? We didn't have bloggers. We didn't have
nothing. It didn't exist. That is the influence of these artists. That's the influence of Diddy. That was the power of Diddy. There was nobody that did not know Diddy. Nobody.
Exactly.
And he got everything, even the key to New York. It was always a power trip.
100%.
And just like anything, Samson and Delilah, taking it all the way biblical, Cassie said, give me my money. She said, you know what? While I got my lipstick, high heels, and my tight belt on, let me go down and report this case. The case was so atrocious, and it was an open case.
One day.
It was so unbelievable and so atrocious. Forget Diddy. People looked at Cassie and said, what am I reading?
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying? It's like saying that, you know, you, Aretha, killed multiple people and you have their body parts in the fridge. Forget Aretha for 1 minute. How can you say something so atrocious?
Exactly. Exactly.
And that was what drove this.
Yeah. It was too, it was
You
so couldn't make it up. Exactly. You couldn't make it up.
And they said, wait. Diddy paid under 24 hours. He paid that 30 million because it was an open casket.
Yeah.
That was the beginning of this.
Too much proof. They were together for what, 10 or 11 years? Because Cassie's now 39. You know, and this is Diddy's downfall. And I always say this to people. I had a conversation with my friend. Listen, I can be cheap about a lot of things, but one thing I'm not is, the Bible says, pay to Caesar what's owed to Caesar.
Okay. My father says it. Fumi, pay your taxes. Give to Caesar what is Caesar's, and to God what is God's. Pay the taxman. My father said it. I love it. Pay to Caesar. My accountant just got in touch with me yesterday. He said, Fumi, I need your passport documentation. Pay to Caesar what is Caesar's. Left me, I can sleep at night. You know why? I have Adrian. I have a child that I am responsible for, that I brought into this world. Forget me. I could never do anything. There was a time when I would not pay my credit cards. Fumination, I'm so sorry, but I will tell you. I wouldn't pay it. I didn't care. What will you do? The second I had Adrian, I ran back phone conversations on payment plans with the credit cards that I owed, and I paid. Why?
You're preaching a word now. You've opened a whole new can of, because you're at this conversation. When I was telling one of my, I was speaking to Janet the other day, and she said, Riffy, you've got to do a series on this. I said to her, when my credit history, for those that know, used to be something like 220. For anybody that knows, that's worse than in the gutter. That's where my credit history used to be. 220 was my score. The minute you open the experience, it flashing red. Nobody on God's green earth is going to even give you a pound, let alone a credit card. That's how
No.
Almost like the app shut down. I'm just, what's going on? I haven't even asked for money yet. You're no good here. My credit history used to be in the gutter. And I have to say, I mean, this in itself, I think, is another episode. And when I spoke to a guy, and for years I didn't care. I would take out store cards, I would rack it up, and then I said, listen, you get your money when you get. I don't have it right now. I don't have it. I'll see you when I see you. That's how I used to feel.
You get your money.
Exactly. I'm thinking I have bigger fish to fry right now. I don't have it. But you're right. Something ticked. It was even before I had Kenya. And what I realized is there's a guy that put out an album called Bashi, and he said something that, and at the time I didn't have the words for it. He said the cost of being poor is very expensive, or something to that effect. And I started to realize that I realized that because my credit was so bad, the same £10 that I want to borrow, I will end up paying £30 back on it. Whereas somebody who's got good credit history will borrow £10 and only pay back 12. And I was like, okay, there's something here, and I need to repair this. I need to fix this. And ever since then, I've followed that much. Pay to Caesar what's owed to Caesar. Okay. Anybody.
That is what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
That is what Diddy didn't do.
Thank you. Exactly.
That is what Diddy didn't. He didn't pay. He didn't pay Cassie. He didn't even pay the videographer that was filming him on this case. How stupid are
Exactly.
you?
How many times do you want to learn the same lesson?
But
Because
he
now,
didn't learn any lesson. You know why? Because he had been getting away with it.
yes,
Hence why
yes.
he brought him, because he thought he was going to get away with it.
Again.
Because he was like, I don't need to pay you. You know why? When I get away with this, your name is going to be your money, because
Yeah.
I will put your name there, that you're the one that did the filming of this. And that name is what you're going to use to cash in for other jobs. I don't have to pay you for anything. When he got into jail, he was like, but what am I going to pay you for?
Yeah, I'm already in here. Forget you all. But it's crazy because
Forgetting.
all the money he owed to everybody, I would love to see his lawyer fee, because that law, the star-studded lawyer panel that he put together, I know has got to have run him nothing less than 10 million at least.
What 10 million? 60.
No, I wonder if we can Google it. Let me see. I like to see things like
I
this.
know, but you're right. I think around 10 million. I think around 10 million. I know it was in the millions because there were about 8 of them. And
Star-studded.
he had to pay them. You don't pay them, you're out of here.
They
But
won't
yeah,
take your calls. Exactly.
oh, child, please. I'm not available.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Well, it said while there's no exact public figure, legal experts estimate Sean Diddy Combs' legal expenses for his federal case and various lawsuits could easily reach between 10 to over 15 million, potentially even 8 figures.
There you go. I told you. 100%. Because that was where he had to put his money in. That was why he gave up his house as in collateral. They've opened the case onto Biggie's death.
Oh, have they?
They've opened the case. Yep. They've opened the case. It's still under investigation. And I think that was where Kirk Burroughs really gave us the whole synopsis of who Sean Combs is. From little boy all the way, how we grew up together, how we this, that, and the third. And it was very insightful. It let me know that some people you really don't know. Diddy actually carved out all of this for himself. He has nobody else to blame. Had he paid Cassie, had he paid all of these people that came in for the interview, had he not aired them, had he not been so cruel to all of these people, he would not be in the situation that he is. There was enough money for everybody. And his mother enabled him. His mother took money knowing, because many of them would have gone to the mother and said, you know what, Diddy did this, She'll be like, none of my business. And that's why this is a situation where the only 2 of them are pained. She's pained that her son is in there. He's pained that he's in there and doesn't have the freedom. And the 2 of them are going to have to turn around to each other one day and say, I blame you, I blame you, I blame you, I blame you. He's going to blame the mother. He will finally focus and say, you are part of this. You let me get away because of this. And she will say, I let you get away because of the life that I lived. I chose to live with a man that was dishonest, drugs and all of that. The insecticide that you're pouring into a community that are taking these drugs and dying. It's all 360 degrees. And so as far as I'm concerned, it's unfortunate because I see this in Justin. So it will continue. Remember, he has 8 children. So it has affected the children in one shape, form, or the other.
He was doing free cuffs with the boys. He was doing free cuffs with the boys.
The boys have their own cases where people have come out and said the boys also, are them too.
Exactly.
There you go.
I want to hear your wisdom on if you can sum up of all the different lessons, key takeaways from this. What do you think is the moral of this story?
You can never do evil and get away with it. It will always catch up with you. I don't think he should be released ever.
Agreed.
Ever. Based on this, he should never be released. And it's a disgrace for all of the enablers that turned a blind eye. It only allowed Diddy to do this longer.
Yeah. Unfortunately. You said it perfectly. It's perfect summary. I have no more to add than that. I think you tied it up beautifully in that bow. Leave him in there. Leave him in there.
Leave him in there. Leave it. Let him never. He's of no use anymore, because
To
the thing is
society.
that he cannot change his spots or his stripes. I promise you, if you go to his cell, there's Astroglide there and there's baby oil there. You're rubbing on himself.
They say he was drinking makeshift alcohol in the jail.
That's
Drinking
it.
makeshift alcohol.
Yes, that's it. Because you see, Diddy is a survivor. He's born from a hustler.
Yeah,
And
yes.
I'm not talking about his dead father. I'm talking about his alive mother that was wearing some kind of crazy wigs throughout the trial.
I'm telling
In
you.
her years at 80 plus. That's a hustler.
I mean, that's a whole nother story in itself. With all that money, you couldn't find something better than those synthetic wigs.
There you go. I lived for it. Fumi Nation, I loved kicking with you for these 4 episodes. And you very well know, Aretha, you were fabulous. I live for you, Mama. I live for you. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
So did I. I loved this. Thank you so much again, Auntie Fumi. And thank you, Fumi Nation, as always, for letting me be myself and express myself. Have a great week. Thank you.
Mwah. I love you. God bless. Mwah. I love you. God bless.